Hey guys, it's me, Paige. Welcome back. You're on my YouTube channel. If this was an accident, welcome. If you meant to come here on purpose, I don't know what you were thinking, but thank you and welcome. So today I'm going to be talking about 5 struggles of people who have Crohn's, specifically when they're going out and being social. That's kind of what I base these 5 things around. Now the goal of this video is not to complain by any means. It's not to say like woe is me, but the point is to spread awareness and let people know if you have friends or family or if you have Crohn's disease or something similar to it. Just know that you're not alone in that, and I think a lot of people think these things that I'm about to list off or kind of struggle with them. So let's just get started. Number 1 is being annoying at restaurants. Now, I know this sounds kind of strange, but the reason I say being annoying at restaurants, or really just being annoying anywhere you go out to eat, if you have Crohn's and you are dealing with diet restrictions as well, which in my case I am, then this is a huge thing. I have to go out to restaurants and get like gluten-free, dairy-free, yeast-free, pretty much everything free. I have to really work around certain meals, and so usually I end up just getting like a plain chicken breast and like cooked vegetables and french fries. I always get french fries. French fries and salad are always like my go-to when I go out to eat. So salads sometimes I can't do if my stomach is sensitive, but other times it's fine. So those are kind of my 2 go-tos. But if you have a friend that has Crohn's and you guys go out to eat and they're like, yeah, can I get the sandwich, but I need gluten-free bun? Can I get no cheese, replaced with like avocado? If you have a friend or someone you know that orders like that, just know it's probably not because they're being or trying to be snooty. It's just what they have to do, and they probably feel like an annoyance too, more than like the waiter is probably even annoyed. So number 2, going out can be very hard. Planning celebrations can be very hard. I have a lot of friends that have turned 21 recently or are about to turn 21, and I have friends that like to go out, you know, occasionally, and it's really hard for me to be able to plan around that because I never know whenever I'm gonna feel like that's okay for my colon or when that's like way too hard on it, and I just can't do that at all. I try not to drink too often because of that reason, because my Crohn's just can't handle it most times. So it can be hard whenever you're out with friends and they're all like socializing and, you know, just like casually having a glass of wine or something, and you're kind of just like trying to be chill and happy and converse with strangers, but it can be hard sometimes because you don't have that luxury of being able to just like have a sip or a glass of wine or something like that when you're out with people. For celebrations and birthdays and things like that too, it can be harder. So that kind of is a bummer. Number 3, I think for anyone making any type of plans can be hard if you have Crohn's, because you just never know when you're gonna feel up to it or not. I know that being reliable for me is something that I want to take pride in. I want to be somebody that people know they can just rely on and trust, and it can be really hard sometimes. Crohn's is totally unpredictable. Sure, there are things that can trigger it, but some days you just don't know. Like, I literally had a colonoscopy yesterday and was in bed all day sleeping afterwards because, you know, your body's just exhausted and worn out from that. And then today I like got up and I got ready and I went and I got my license renewed and like went downtown to get like a tea, you know. So it's things like that. You post about it on Insta or like Snapchat and things like that, and I think people can be confused sometimes, like, okay, well yesterday she said that she couldn't do something or she was sick, and then today she's like out and about. And honestly, that really does happen. People with Crohn's, it's just, you never know. It's so unpredictable. So don't be offended if that has happened to you before and you know somebody that deals with this, because it is not because they're trying to avoid you, or at least I hope that wouldn't be the case. It's just a struggle that we all deal with. Number 4 is kind of weird to talk about, but it's true. Being bloated is something that a lot of people deal with, and especially Crohn's patients. So I will say that whenever I have a celebration or I go out with friends or something and like I want to look cute, you know, like you have some nights where you just want to wear a slimming dress or outfit or something like that. I basically just cannot eat solid food all day long, and I'm not trying to starve myself or anything. It's just because literally this is no exaggeration. I could have 2 bites of rice or a breakfast bar, applesauce. Like, it's ridiculous. I can eat barely anything and I immediately afterwards am bloated. Some days are worse than others, and bloated looks like, guys, I'm pregnant bloated. So that's a real thing with Crohn's. I watch Gut Instincts. She's a vlogger and a blogger, and she is just absolutely amazing. You guys should go check her out. She has Crohn's disease as well, and she talks about in this video of hers how she went out one time and somebody asked her how far along she was, and she was like, and the reason is because she literally had eaten dinner, that was all, and then boom. It sucks, but it's a reality. So be conscientious. So be conscious if your friends deal with something like that. Number 5, this one's fun to talk about as well. I love to go out to festivals and concerts, and a lot of these things tend to be outside. And when you're outside at a venue or an event, you just don't know if there's gonna be a bathroom nearby. This is kind of a stereotypical, you know, assumption of Crohn's that like, oh, those people just go to the bathroom all the time. And yes, that definitely does happen, don't get me wrong. But also it's just like, when you're out and you're having fun, you're having a good time, your body at any moment could just turn on you, and you could have been fine earlier on in the day, and then boom. You don't wanna go on a porta potty. You don't want to go in the woods. Like, I'm a classy broad and I want a bathroom, and this is so uncomfortable to talk about. Okay, you know what I mean. It's just something that you have to be mindful of when you have Crohn's, or even if you guys have like a small bladder, like, yo, that's something we all deal with, right? Like having a bathroom nearby, like a legit bathroom with a toilet. It's nice. Well, that's all I have to say about that. So those are my 5 top annoyances, I guess you could say, of going out with Crohn's. Once again, this is kind of just to remind everybody, if you have Crohn's, then these things are totally normal, and don't be too hard on yourself about it. Do not. If you're hard on yourself like I am on myself, it's not your fault. This is just how your body works, and you have to deal with it the best way you know how. So I'd like to do more videos about Crohn's because that's just something I tend to know more about. It's been a while since I uploaded, so I'm really hoping to get more recipes out and things like that for people with diet restrictions, and yeah. So thanks for coming to my channel. If you guys can relate, totally leave a comment down below. If you know of any other really good vloggers or bloggers or accounts that I could follow, people who talk about Crohn's, I'd love to share them and watch their stuff. I will see you guys next time. Bye. So be conscious that, dang it.